too. I'm always coming home with things on sale.
The
My
best
husband, I'm like,
prices.
I saved you lots of money.
and I know that this isn't technically called a clearance deal, but if you can say that almost 70% off is, you know, that's clearance on steroids. That's the best thing in the world. So we're looking at a $130 value today, almost 70% off, like I said, with our free shipping. This is the Keranique 120-Day Hair Regrowth Foam System. You're getting two. They're the same thing right here. It's the 4.22 ounces of the Hair Regrowth Foam for women, because there is that Minoxidil in it, but also there's the NutriGrow Complex, which is a proprietary blend made just for women with all of the good-for-you nurturing ingredients you're going to want alongside that Minoxidil. And they're also including this lovely scalp massager, which is kind of a luxury scalp massager. They're not all made equal. This is nice too. But the price, if you have not yet been able to check your screen, is a flex payment of $15. Free shipping and handling. So when you pay that $15 on any major credit card, you're going to be receiving all three of these home. Usually we have a 30-day try period, meaning if you don't love something within 30 days, you can send it back. This is a 120-day system. We have extended that 30-day try period, not into 60 days, but into 120 days. So this means if you want to use the entire system and you want to send back a couple empty bottles, be our guest. That's just kind of hacking the system, in my opinion. I wanted to make sure I told you you have the ability to do that. So it truly is a risk-free opportunity here to start regrowing your hair. And I can say that because it is FDA approved to say that. We have Michelle Phillips and her daughter Dakota will be here today, who I don't believe is your daughter because you, unless you had her when you were 2.
We're already best friends.
I said, you said you had a daughter in her 20s? What is, I reject it. I don't believe it, but okay. Michelle Phillips, who has worked with celebrities, a hairstylist, and worked with hair of all types for 20 years, 25 years.
Yes.
So you know that when it comes to like putting your money where your mouth is, you need those active ingredients.
You do, you do. And I was struggling with hair loss myself, and I did not know what to do. I tried everything. I came across Keranique, and it changed my life. Right. And that's why I'm here today. I've become a part of their team because I so strongly believe in it, because I've seen the difference. And what you see right now is Dakota, my daughter, applying the hair regrowth foam to her areas where her hair was thinning, because believe it or not, women of all ages now are losing hair. 1 in 3 women in our country are losing hair, dealing with hair loss or breakage or damage, and it could be related to stress. It could be age, hormones, all types of medical issues, you name it. But the reason that our hair is actually falling out is because the hair follicle is shrinking. And so our hair regrowth foam, which, as you mentioned, is FDA approved. It is the only FDA approved ingredient on the market that you can purchase without a prescription that will regrow your hair. And we also have like you said, the NutriGrow Complex, which is so important because it strengthens the follicle. It actually moisturizes the scalp. So you want to use that scalp treatment and strengthen that follicle, so that way the hair that's growing back is stronger, thicker, and more beautiful as it's growing back in. And so as I was mentioning here, we have a really good demonstration of how the hair starts to shrink the follicle, and that's when the follicle shrinks. What happens is your hair stops growing. So when you are applying the hair regrowth treatment foam to the areas where your hair is thinning, it actually wakes up and stimulates that follicle, and your hair begins to grow back again. And what you're seeing here are before and afters of only after 3 months. You can see the dramatic difference of where the part is wider beforehand. And in 3 months, look at the density and thickness of the hair and how the hair has grown back. It's thicker, it's fuller, and it is life-changing. I saw these pictures and I actually was very skeptical at first. You know, being in the beauty industry for 25 years, I've tried everything when my hair was falling out. My hair, unfortunately, I had a health issue a couple years ago, and my hairstylist said, your hair is falling out. And I had a patch here where it was completely bald. It's grown back in just from using the hair regrowth treatment on my hair once a day. You apply it once a day, and that's it. And your hair grows back within 3 months. You will start to see a difference. Within 6 months, you're gonna see even more hair growing back. And then I was like, okay, this is incredible. It changed my life because I was so self-conscious. I mean, if you're struggling with hair loss, if you are, you know, you're seeing like more hair on your brush and it's falling out more and more in the drain and the shower.
It affects moments in your life, doesn't it?
It does.
My mother, who started losing her hair a few years ago, it's one of the, you know, it's one of the more sensitive topics for us because I want to do her hair, my daughter wants to brush her hair, and she'll avoid doing it because she has that fear of if I wash it or if I scrub it too much, maybe if I'll try to brush my hair less because when I brush it, that's when the hair comes out. And we start doing these small little actions just to inadvertently, if I don't touch it, if I don't think about it, maybe it will stop, maybe it will go away. I've had, you know, I talked about this before, I have eczema, and if I get any parts on my hair that where I get a little bit of a inflamed bump, then that's it. The hair's gone there and I have to wait for it. Sometimes it doesn't. Women of all ages in different situations have their own reasons as to why they have that concern. But we don't get our own products. The men have had theirs. With the same active ingredient, by the way, and it's geared towards men, and it sells towards men for 10 times the price. This has that same minoxidil, that same FDA-approved ingredient for hair growth, but now, with Keranique, you're going to have the NutriGrow Complex. So not only are you, as Michelle was saying, actually regrowing your hair, and you will see that growth in 120 days, which is why I was so thrilled that we were able to bring you that extended 3-month try time. We don't want you to say, I like it, but 30 days is running out, I guess I just don't know. Really, wait for it, see the results. Have your own personal Christmas morning when you see that hair growing again, and then you can say, oh, good job, I'm gonna keep it. And at that point, you're probably gonna be glad that you got it on auto ship. We'll talk about that in a moment. But not only are you going to have that, you have the NutriGrow. So now you're actually moisturizing and giving the nutrients to your hair, giving all of those good for you ingredients to moisturize the scalp and revitalize those hair follicles. That's not just allowing your hair to grow, but to grow stronger, to grow in a way that's more resistant to breakage. And that is exactly what we want. It's kind of like filling A to Z with everything that you would hope for, right? So I just mentioned the auto ship. This is super important because I think we only have 600 left if you're buying it with your single shipment. Auto shipment is very special here, especially when you're looking at something that's 70% off. It means that every 120, 360, or in this case, we also have a 240 option. So, you know, every 3 months, every 7 months, or once a year, we will send you the same thing, another entire shipment of your 2-pack of the 4.22 ounces of the Hair Regrowth Serum. We will send this foam to you again at the same price. We're not going to say, okay, the deal was over, now it's back to $130, but we remembered you, so we're sending it again. No, no, no. We will be sending you same free shipping and handling too. That's not going to change. And for free shipping and handling at that same price of the $45, you get the nearly 70% off deal of the Keranique shipped to you. This is why so many people are saying, well, yeah, I want to do the auto ship. I'll take advantage of that 120-day try period. And once I see it growing, I don't have to log back on to buy more and see suddenly it's $130. I would hate that feeling. I'd feel locked in, but now it's $130. Now you know you can have that comfort as long as you would like. Maybe just do the 240 or the 360 day. Maybe that's how often you'd like it delivered. I have heard though that you can adjust it. So maybe go ahead and sign up for that auto ship. You decide how often you want to use it. You decide what the period is that you would like it delivered to you. The one thing we can guarantee is that price is not going up. And Michelle, you cannot do that anywhere on the planet, period.
Joe, almost every friend, family member, and client that is dealing with thinning hair, hair loss, or breakage is on using Keranique, and it's changing their hair, transforming their hair and making them feel so confident and feeling beautiful and more youthful again. That what happens is once you start to use it, you have to use it every day continuously for it to really be effective. So if you stop using it, you're going to stop having the benefits. So I get the phone calls, oh, where can I find more? Because it's not at the same price that I got it before. So definitely do the auto ship, because when you wake up in 3 months, which will fly by. Think about how fast the year went last year. It's the holidays already, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, where did this year go? Well, 3 months is going to fly by, and if you start right now using your hair regrowth foam and you just apply it, just a little tiny bit goes a long way. You just put like a nickel size amount in your hand, and we have Dakota, which can show you also how to apply it in a minute, but you just dab it into the areas where your hair is thinning. It doesn't disrupt your hair. It is not sticky, it's not greasy, and it doesn't have a smell. And that is it. I just applied it.
That's it.
That's it.
You don't have to put a cap on or use a light or anything.
Exactly. It's super simple. And this is a scalp treatment. This is not a hair product like a mousse to give you that volume. And Dakota's going to show you how simple it is to apply to your hair. This is a treatment that is FDA approved. That is a big deal. This is the only FDA approved ingredient on the market that you can get without a prescription that will regrow your hair. And it also includes the NutriGrow, which is our proprietary blend that we at Keranique have created to strengthen and protect your hair that's growing in. It strengthens the follicles, it moisturizes the scalp, because at Keranique, we are all about really helping women not only regrow your hair, we want you to have fuller, thicker, more beautiful hair, and we want to help you get your confidence back. I don't know about you, but I mean, I feel like a lot of times there's a reason for everything. And if you're watching right now, there may be a reason, because maybe you are struggling with thinning hair and hair loss or breakage. A really good friend of mine came over to my house the other day. She went and got her hair colored and all her hair broke off because they overprocessed it. It destroys your self-confidence and you're covering up and you're trying to part your hair different, or you're wearing hats, or you're hiding in pictures. That doesn't have to be the case anymore. And if your hair is falling out, it's because your follicle is shrinking. That's the only reason. When our follicle shrinks, it stops producing hair. So when you apply the hair regrowth foam on your areas where it's thinning, what happens is it goes into the scalp. It reinvigorates and stimulates that follicle, and your follicle starts producing hair again. So in 3 months, you'll start to see little baby hairs. I had a big patch of hair missing here that came out after my health issue. It is all grown back here. It's incredible. I've been using this for over a year. I was skeptical at first. I've been in the beauty industry for 25 years. I had tried everything known to man on the market because I am very privy to a lot of different beauty brands, and nothing was working. I saw these before and afters that you've seen today. I was like, okay, let me check it out. I've got nothing to lose except for more hair, and I was panicking. And I started using it, and it's changed my life. I mean, Natasha, and not just mine, but now dozens of clients. I've brought my daughter here today because she's used it. After, you know, she was in school working 2 jobs. She was stressed out. She was losing hair. My 81-year-old mom uses it, and she was wearing hats all the time. And now she's just got her hair colored for the holidays, and she wasn't wearing a hat at the holiday party, and she was strutting in all confident. And it's just, you will wake up in 6 months and think, oh, thinning hair, I don't have to worry about that anymore. That's not an issue anymore. How great would that feel?
It's age-defying, it really is. I mean, of course, I think whether it's something that's hormonal or something medically related, maybe you were ill, maybe you had a kid and your body said, I don't know who you were before, but you're not that person anymore. Your DNA completely changed. This is going to be that solution where you know, to be able to say FDA approved that this will grow your hair, that is huge. You don't have to trust us. You can trust all of the studies, all of the other products that are using this that are oftentimes geared towards men at a much higher price point and not as simple, and none of them that I found have anything like the NutriGrow Complex, which means not only are you including that 5% Minoxidil, which is excellent, you're also including a proprietary complex you can only find at Keranique that was formulated to work alongside the Minoxidil just right for women and give you all of those nutrients to then moisturize that scalp, make sure that your scalp stays healthy, not just open those follicles again, but the hair that's coming out of them is stronger. It's definitely more resistant to breakage, and that's what you're looking for when you start growing that hair. You don't want to grow it just to have it not be strong and healthy hair. And as long as you're using just a little tiny dab, That's it, once a day. Can you use it more than once a day? If I use it 10 times a day, can I be a chia pet?
Very good question. Just use it once a day and sparingly, like I showed before. And also, Dakota's demonstrated, you just need like a nickel size. That's it. And you want, typically we're thinning in the crown, in the part area, temple area. So you just really target those specific areas, and that's it. You just tap it in. It doesn't disrupt your hair. You apply it on dry hair. Really the best thing to do is apply at nighttime before bed, and it takes seconds. I mean, we don't have much time in the day. We don't need to add more to our routine. This is easy. And then what happens, if you see here in the animation, is that it goes into the scalp. The hair foam, the treatment goes into the scalp, it reinvigorates and stimulates the hair follicle to produce hair again. As long as you have hair follicles, you will regrow your hair. It's FDA approved. It's the only FDA approved ingredient on the market that will regrow your hair without a prescription. And again, we have the NutriGrow proprietary complex that is fantastic to really strengthen that follicle so that the hair that's growing in, you're keeping that beautiful hair. It's going to get thicker and fuller and healthier looking. And I also wanted to mention, this is really a fabulous massager. It's got these really nice silicone bristles. And what this is meant to do is stimulate the circulation in your scalp, which really helps promote the hair regrowth, and it also lifts any, dirt or debris or dead skin cells on your scalp, so that way it really helps prepare your hair for the treatment. And it feels really good if you like scalp massages. I use this while I'm watching TV.
Amen.
It's a nice little spa treatment, but it's a nice added bonus, and it does help with the process. But again, it takes 3 months for you to start to see your hair to grow back. And then you continually use it every single day, just like you would your moisturizer. You wouldn't just use it once and then that's it. This is, you use every single day, once, very sparingly in the areas where your hair is thinning. And that's it. And in 3 months, your hair will start to grow back. In 6 months, a year, it's been a year for me. My hair has not looked this healthy.
Transformed.
And, totally.
Transformed.
Changed my life.
And to change your life, we would pay more than $130 for that. That's what you would pay if you weren't grabbing this weekly deal drop price. When you lock this in on auto ship, I think that